It's been raining again. Feels like it's been raining for months. I think after all the noise of the last few days, I'm starting to get that moment, you get that moment where it sinks in and you're like, this is where I live now, even if it's only just for a few weeks. But before I was so used to looking out over like fields and mountains, and that is now my view, even if it's this or somewhere else in Tokyo. And I'm cool with that because there's places to go when it's not raining. I know there is an umbrella. I don't have to be such a little girl about it. That wasn't sexist, I swear. Or childish. Yeah, I'm kind of happy being in Tokyo. Partly because I can get coffee. I've still got plenty more of these. So now after a couple of days, this vlog is finally reaching that all-important point that we call the rule of diminishing returns. See, just like when you first go somewhere or when you first live somewhere, those first few days you spend finding interesting new things and everything's a surprise. And then after that, it becomes increasingly repeats. See, like I know all about the band elephant now. And the politician who knows everything you think when you're asleep. But as long as there's something interesting to talk about, I'll make these videos, even if they're only like 5 seconds long per day. I mean, do you guys even care if I make one every day? I suspect not. Simple reports like that the people still haven't put their laundry away. Or that ghosts are alcoholic. Or indeed that chickens form a hierarchy. Or that some bars really don't understand the concept of negative association. So long as these videos continue to have that kind of earth-shattering informative use, I will continue to make them. And they serve as great reminders every time I turn on the camera towards myself that I really need a haircut. It's quite a thing when you've got virtually no hair to begin with, but it all fluffs out of the side like a clown and you need a haircut even when you've got virtually no hair. I do get how if you're not into cities it might just look like a load of grey boxes, but for me it's not like that. For me it's the countryside that's kind of on the nose, isn't it? It's like, look at this big field and these big mountains and these lots of trees. It's all about big swaths of stuff. Yeah, if you don't like cities, you could just say, oh, here's another coffee chain, and here's another McDonald's, and here's another taxi, or another convenience store, and another, and another, and seriously, another Family Mart? This is like a few meters away from the last one that I literally just recorded. Yeah, so I get people who don't like the city, and if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But for me, the city's not about all the chain places. They are convenient. They're convenient stores, like it says, or convenient supermarkets, or convenient restaurants, but that's not the point. For every chain place you may well see, there'll be a bizarre little one-off establishment that has its own very handmade looking menu. Some kind of interesting event happening that you really can't explain. The chance to try new and different things. Very different things. Walkways that mix a little bit of nature with an interesting taste for architecture. Genuinely amusing signage. Interesting artwork. Even more unique little eateries. Another Family Mart, which in of itself is actually kind of funny, just counting how many there are. Genuinely amusing sex shops. Another Family Mart. This is starting to turn into like Groundhog Day or something. Places to go singing with your friends, or even watch a movie, or stare at a stranger's butt. That fucking elephant is at it again. My god. Seriously, I'm not engineering this. Hold on, no way. Which begs the question between here and there. Have you ever thought to yourself, I want to go to Family Mart, but it's 10 meters away. Too far. Okay, no, this has stopped being funny now. Have I? No, I haven't been past this one. No. Anyway, where was I? Oh, actually I recognise where we are now. I was just wandering randomly. I've looped back to where that Nakao was from yesterday. You have no idea how tempted I am right now. But no, I promised myself, I ate before I came out, and I promised myself only one Nakao after arriving. I've got to save money. Even if it's the cheapest restaurant on earth, I've got to save money. Oh, wait a second. It's not a Family Mart, it's a 7-Eleven. And But see, even that advertising bus truck thing that went by playing its music, it's just little things like that. It's weird little things that engage your brain, give you something to think about. You don't have to go out and buy the product, you don't have to be cynical about it. It's just something weird that makes you turn your head. And so, through genuine irony, we're going to walk past 7-Eleven, which suggests we're out of the Family Mart dimension. But we are now back on Ikemen Street, walking through the Korean sexy man dimension. And you know, even that, just the fact that there's a Koreatown, just the fact that there's an area where, you know, they've themed something different to happen, where there's maybe a different community here. It's just those little bit of variation. And, you know, we're always taught to think of anything sort of man-made as in some way being inferior to nature. But you know what? We're really interesting. Humans are interesting. And the one thing you can't get from nature is, yeah, you can get all the randomness of natural selection and all the beauty of the things that have been created through the chaos of nature and evolution, and that is all wonderful. But you know what? There's something very dynamic, ever-changing, very intricate and interesting about cities, about groups of humans, about social existence. Once you've seen nature, yes, there's many, many things you can see, but effectively, nature just kind of does its own thing. Humans, society, we're strange. We do things that require signs like this to be made. And then we make the signs. You know, we have different tastes, and yeah, I know that nature is full of variation, but I just think that humans, society, it's all more interesting. I'm not even going to ask what this is, but it's interesting. I'll be thinking about it, and maybe one day I'll come back and see what it is. Oh, road's blocked. That's something that nature doesn't do so much. Got my umbrella caught on someone's shop doorway during my speech. So yeah, when I looked out of my door every morning and saw that mountain in Hakuba, it is amazing. It's amazing to think that it's been there for hundreds of thousands of years, most likely, probably even millions, and that it'll continue to be there. But you know what I think's more amazing? I think it's more amazing that this society we have right now, this city that we have right now, it'll basically be the same in 20 years. It was basically the same 20 years ago. But there's a lot that's changed. It's different, it's ever evolving, it's ever changing because of humans, because humans are interesting, humans are varied, and that to me is much more fascinating. The fact that every moment you spend in a city or in a society is a glimpse of an existence that only lasts in that time, and even then it's changing. Yeah, it's changing too slowly for you maybe to notice day to day, but it is changing. And 20 years time, everything will be different. This video I'm recording on my smartphone, there wouldn't have been a smartphone to do it 20 years ago. All the things that come along with that alone. So, you ask me, do I miss the countryside? Do I miss Hakuba? Do I miss the mountains? Nah, they'll still be there. They'll still be there when I'm old, can't walk, I'm not interested in anything. But you know what? I'd rather visit them. I'd rather spend my time here, where every generation is genuinely different. No. Wait a minute, I just realised something about this Korean restaurant. Let's go to the other side of the train tracks. Okay, out of Koreatown and under the train tracks. I fucking knew it. It's a Japanese restaurant over here, playing both sides of the railway track. Ah! Oh god, they sneak up on you now. Okay, so I know I didn't exactly present all the most interesting things about living in the city, but you know what? That walk was just me randomly walking in one direction and looping back round. And those are the interesting things I found, amongst plenty of others. You know, like I say, I just think there's more to catch your eye, more to catch your interest, and more to keep your brain going in the city. But I am a city boy after all. Today was a good day. Seriously, even in the rain.